Fighting on the blue corner, this fighter hails from Indianola, Iowa. He's a jiu-jitsu fighter, fighting for the 10th planet Altoona. He stands 5'9". He weighed in at 135.4 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Robert Chambers! His opponent standing across the cage, fighting on the red corner, he hails from Ankeny, Iowa. He's a freestyle fighter, fighting for the Real Warrior Fight Team. He stands 5'8". He weighed in at 136 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, they call him the Red Devil, Nathan Johansson! Alrighty, fight fans, are you ready?
All right, here we go.
Oh, spinning back
swinging. Look, two evenly matched guys though. They're both about the same height, same reach. It looks like.
Oh, beautiful
nice
throw. Goes for a trip and then gets re-rolled. Almost giving up his back though.
Wow, these guys are getting at it.
Yeah.
Lots of jiu-jitsu going on here.
I'm not quite for sure if he's under the chin yet. If he can, grasp his own wrist, that might be a little bit tighter.
Yeah, and I bet Chambers, being a 10th planet guy, I bet he's been in this position a lot.
Wow. Oh, he's going for a little heel hook.
Some beautiful jiu-jitsu going on.
Oh, it goes for that same trip but gets mount this time. It's already shown some damage on his forehead too.
Chambers has been around for a while. Looks like he's staying nice and calm and looking to impose his will here. Cassie, did you like flattening him out like that, or do you like working up higher to the shoulders? I know everybody's got a preference.
I definitely try to stay away from the hips, work your way up, get under the shoulders. Right here, instead of putting the pressure on the mat, I always put the pressure on the chest.
I always felt like I like working up high on the shoulders too, and I can control a little bit better, but I know some guys will ride this position and just suck the life out of you. Cassie, they still can't elbow, right? The amateurs can't elbow,
yeah,
right?
no elbows or knees to the head.
Oh.
Well, he's in trouble here.
Up and bringing some heat. Doing a nice job controlling his posture there. Both these guys showing a lot of composure.
Yeah, he's still in the game. He's fighting, moving his hips, trying to stay out of danger. Anytime Chambers gets a chance to explode with punches, he pulls them down, keeps them close.
Wow.
Oh, he might go for an armbar. But he gives it up a little bit. He's got one hook in. Trying to flatten him out maybe a little bit, get a better position on the back. For an amateur, there's quite a lot of skills here as far as jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, Cassie, I haven't been to a fight in a long time, but just anything how the rest of the night's going to go, it's going to be a good night. Yeah. Looks like Robert got the tap out there. Rear naked choke. He worked for it. What a great matchup. Matt Ryder does a good job matching these guys up. The fights I have been to, they always bring it.
Yeah, that was a great first fight.
Yeah, way to start out the night.
That damage on his forehead looks like a skin.
Yeah, I can't figure out what that is. It must have been from the mat there. I think he was when he was hipping in, I think it was getting a little mat burn on his forehead there. I had that happen one time. I fell off a guy's back and had a burn mark like that on my face. Looks like he has some good corners in there helping him out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner in the first round at the mark of 250 due to a rear naked choke, Robert Chambers!
confident.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is bout number 2 in the super heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this fighter hails from
I didn't know that was a
Iowa.
thing.
He's a wrestler by trade, fighting for Elite Edge MMA. He stands 6'3". He weighed in at 285.9 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Trillinger! His opponent, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Ascendancy, Iowa. He's an unorthodox fighter, standing 5'7". He weighed in at 232 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, they call him the Silent Assassin,
It looks like he's ready. He's having fun, so that's good. Hopefully this turns out to be a good fight.
I like watching the bigger guys. They always throw good leather. They go at it.
I think in the UFC they have like a 60% finish rate, so I mean it doesn't get better than that.
Oh, nice little inside kick though.
That Mark is a big boy. Oh, put in the cage to test tonight. Holy cow. Can amateurs knee in the head? I don't think they can do that anymore either, right? Well, they're still working their knees.
Oh, wow.
Man, that's a big guy to be shooting on.
He had a pretty good sprawl though, too.
Looks like Mark's probably got as good a corner as he can ask for. Des Moines royalty Josh Neer over there helping him out. Oh, throwing some hammers. I thought he was tapping there for a second, but it looks like he just punched in the leg there. Ooh. Ooh.
Turn around right to a little inside knee there. And those will add up. You eat a couple of those knees, and those wind you out pretty quick.
Especially with these big boys. It's not easy to go 3 rounds, let alone with somebody kneeing you in the belly there. Looks like they're settling down, respecting each other a little more. Oh! He was really looking for that uppercut. I think he knows that he's going to start ducking into those punches.
Yeah, he needs to set up those takedowns a little bit better. You know, throw some heavy hands, maybe an overhand, and then shoot. Jeez, even their little punches you can hear. There's so much power in these guys.
Oh, man, get your hands up, bud. My favorite thing is when the crowd starts yelling knee there when you can't throw a knee. It's an interesting takedown defense. I can't tell what.
Little run the pipe action. See if he can keep him down there. Man, right back to his feet. You can definitely tell that's probably over at Josh's gym. They probably run him through the gauntlet all the time.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh! Both these guys are swinging for the fences. I think if they set it up a little bit better, they may have a little bit more success. Easier said than done, though, when you're in that cage. I don't think I've seen a jab yet. It's been nothing but hooks, uppercuts, and overhands.
10 seconds.
Oh! Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
Gotta get your hands up.
Oh! That just won him that round, I think. Pretty close, but 4 unanswered punches there. I think he might have taken that round.
I wasn't expecting a second round on this fight.
No, not at all. And Mr. Means over here is still smiling, so apparently those punches didn't hurt him too bad. He's laughing in the corner, so that's a good sign that he's still feeling fresh. What are you telling these guys in the corner, Cassie?
Maybe set up Over here in the red corner, if you're going to go for the, shoot in or go for a single leg, set it up a little bit better. You have some better success getting them off balance. In the blue corner, man, just one of those punches touches the chin and it slides out. You just need to set that up a little bit. Pump out some jabs like you mentioned earlier and then throw something big.
I think you're right. I think blue corner over there started to kind of get a read on him with his head movement there, and if he times that a little bit better, I think he might be able to land it. That's a lot of weight to carry around, though. I'm sure he wants to get this done as quick as he can. They both look pretty fresh, so good job out of them. Good job out of their coaches, A little more respect this round. There's a jab.
Wow. Just like we asked for.
Jeez. Sweat flying. You're right, Cassie. When those guys hit each other, you can feel it in your bones.
It's like watermelons breaking.
Oh! Man.
Jeez.
Not a lot of defense on either of these guys. They're both trying to get that kill. Oh, Mark looks like you could about hit him with a baseball bat and he wouldn't go down. That's a big old melon he's got there. I think Moines probably needs to try to circle off that corner there. I know that's easier said than done with a big guy like that leaning on you, but he definitely doesn't want to hang out there either.
Yeah. I do like this cage, though, the circularness of it. I mean, it's a little bit easier to get out of some of these tough positions as long as you're just moving.
You're probably right there.
Yeah. Man, if I was Mark, I'd want to just push off and give him that flurry again. He's having a lot of success with him having to cover up and, that bobbing and weaving, that always opens up. Little hammer fist on the inside from him. Man, it would be nice if he could throw a knee, though, huh? With that ducking like that. There you go.
He's going to have to get some defense.
All right.
And Mark doesn't want to waste all his energy here either.
Yeah. Uppercuts would.
Well, that's a lot of unanswered punches. I'd say. Oh.
Now he moves.
If I was Mark, I'd look for that double leg taken down and finish it on the ground.
Maybe finish with a triangle.
yeah. Not about Mark there. I'm big Mark, but I'm dropping some bombs. Oh! Well, this is a lot of punches. If he can survive this, if I was a ref, I would have called this a while ago.
Yeah.
But there you go. Nice job.
It's a good job by the ref, letting him have the time to fight, but then yet making sure that he's not in any danger.
Yeah. And he's still smiling, so this guy loves what he does. Great fight. Great fight. It was nice seeing two well-conditioned heavyweights come in here and throw heat,
Yeah, I mean, they kept going all the way to the end. There was never really a time that they had sometimes you see these guys like hands on the knees, hunched over.
That's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
It's hard enough getting in fight shape. I couldn't imagine being that big and being able to come out here and do this. Then on top of that, take the bombs these guys take.
Yeah.
In the second round at the mark of 218, TKO due to ref stoppage, Mark Trillinger! All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is bout number 3 in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this fighter hails from Rock Island, Illinois. He's a freestyle fighter, fighting for Marty's Martial Arts. He stands 5'9". He weighed in at 142.8 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Mark Bradford Jr. His opponent, standing across the cage, a freestyle fighter, fighting for the Iowa Martial Arts and Pinnacle BJJ. He stands 5'8". He weighed in at 143.6 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, they call him the babyface assassin, Zach
All right, Cassie, so you said you've trained a little bit with him. Is that with Zach? Is that right?
Yeah, I've trained with Zach. He is just an upcoming fighter here in Iowa. Super dedicated, just graduated from high school, so he's got lots of wrestling. Stand-up is ridiculous. Jiu-jitsu is off.
He's punching backwards and moving forward there, too.
Oh! Yeah.
That was right on the head. He's bringing it.
Yeah.
He's trying to make this a quick night, apparently.
Those are just right on the button, every single punch.
They're letting him fight tonight.
Yeah, they are. But he's in a lot of trouble unless he can really improve his position here. And it's over. Quick night for the Hillers.
I think you called that, Cassie, but I know this guy took the fight on short notice. Zach's original opponent backed out, so nothing to be ashamed of there. I'm sure Zach's happy he had somebody to fight tonight because this guy didn't step up on short notice and he won it up. So good job out of both of them.
I'm really excited to see Zach go pro here.
Yeah, keep having performances like that. I think it'd be hard to deny him.
Yeah.
I was just talking to some other guys about it though, Cassie. One thing I did was rush my career, and I know a lot of these guys. It's a fine line, hanging out on the amateur circuit. Of course, you risk getting beat, and going pro too early, you can get thrown to the sharks. So it's a catch 22 there. You're not sure what you need to do, but I'm sure his coach there, his dad, they'll make the decision when the time's right to figure out when they want to go pro and if they should stay amateur or not.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner in the first round at the mark of 36 seconds, TKO due to ref stoppage, the babyface assassin, Zach All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is bout number 4 in the lightweight division. So it's scheduled with 3 rounds, 3 minutes of action. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter hails from Highland Park, Michigan. He's a wrestler by trade, fighting for the Undead Fight Team. He stands 5'7". He weighed in at 153.5 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for that Dark Knight, his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Des Moines, Iowa. He's a freestyle fighter, fighting for the Des Moines MMA Academy. He stands 5'9". He weighed in at 155.8 pounds.
It's always scary
Ladies
looking
and
around at
gentlemen,
people.
make some noise for Josiah!
Outside of the cage, I just had it during the fight. I just wanted to stare down. All right, we got 2 lightweights going at it. I fought in a couple weight classes. That was definitely my favorite weight class to fight in. It's a tough one though. These guys, they got their work cut out for them. There's a lot of 55ers. That's just your average guy's size there.
This guy's looking great shape.
Oh, bringing the heat right out the gate.
Beautiful little dump there.
I don't know why we'd expect anything different the way these fights have gone. Everybody's just coming out to win.
There's not a lot of filling out process lately. Not at least till the second round.
I haven't seen that move for a while. The old can opener to crack the guard there.
It doesn't even look like he cares to pass, so he's got an open guard. I think he's just...
It's real cool to see Insanity Fightwear still around. They've done a lot for the local MMA community here, so I'm glad to see that they're still at it. I think Ronnie Breakout, his shirt's made by him this fight as well. So again, glad to see that Eric and them are still kicking. Just Josiah on the bottom there working that open guard. I always like that too. When you lock up your guard, it just doesn't leave you much to do. So, well, there's the reason why he was looking to work that high guard.
Looks like he's trying to set up that triangle. Anytime you put that shin and that elbow there, either a triangle or maybe an arm bar.
His main concern right now, I'd say, is getting the head out of that cage, because all he's one punch away from a bad night there if he can't get that head out of there. And he's going back to that can opener. I'd be working to pass that guard. That guard's open, wide open, but he's content just staying in it, I guess, picking his shots. Josiah needs to get off that cage there. Sometimes people just find themselves like they're in a good spot there, or they're comfortable there, but again, just one shot can make for a bad night in that spot.
He's doing a good job with that open guard. I wonder, maybe if he went for a sweep there.
Yeah, or just kick off those hips to maybe try to get back up or something.
When you use that scissor guard like that, you got to go right away, or move forward, maybe bring your legs up. Or triangle, arm bar, something along that lines. A sweep right there would be beautiful with, Josiah leaning forward like that. He could hit a sweep quick.
He's getting himself off the cage now, but he's still not pushing off those hips. He's got to push off those hips or he's got to bring him in, but this in-between zone is not where you want to be.
10 seconds.
Great job on guy on top there controlling this. Like I said, I would have been looking to pass. He was content to stay in that guard, and he did a good job scoring some points, even though he was hanging out in that guard.
Two.
Here we go. Let Mr. Jones there. I'm coming out. I'm trying to do the same thing. Bring the heat, shoot the double, and then work my way with some ground and pound.
A lot of really good footwork out of these guys.
From either of these guys, though, right? They're still looking to finish.
Really good combinations here, mixing up cross, jabs. Right, there's a couple of high kicks in there too.
Yeah, they both look like they're getting comfortable. They're both feeling each other out. I like this. Starting to look pretty technical here, both of them. Oh, that was a good knee there. Yeah, that looks like that hurt because Des started throwing pretty crazy there. He stayed pretty technical until that knee landed, and then he wanted some blood. So he may have landed pretty good with that knee. Okay. Nice jab.
Nice little jabs thrown by both guys.
It's exhausting getting punched like that when you're on the ground. Like Josiah was in the first round, but it's also exhausting doing the punching. Maybe even more so than the guy taking the punches. But
oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Even if you're on top on the ground, you really got to pick and choose the throws that the punches you're going to throw. Conserve your energy a little bit unless you're passing.
Yeah, Des needs to do a better job keeping his eye on him. He's looking away when those punches are coming, and it's the punch you don't see that ends up doing the most damage. Or he starts slipping in that high kick like that. That's what I'm talking about. You got to keep your eyes on your opponent at all times.
and keep your hands up a little bit. It's like he's kind of baiting him in, but we've seen that go severely wrong for people as well.
Yeah. All of a sudden, the technique went out the window there. Dez was nice and sharp and just seemed to change the momentum when that knee landed there. I think this is what he needs to do, is go back to what won him that first round, and that's that takedown and that ground and pound, because it didn't look like Josiah had an answer for it. Good wrist control by Josiah off the cage there. That's going to stop a takedown. You get a hold of somebody's wrist like that, that's going to make it real hard for him to take you down.
These guys love those inside knees.
Well, I think we got a 1-1 fight here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that Dez there won that first round with the ground and pound, but Josiah this round seemed to be getting the better of the stand-up.
Yeah, it's anybody's fight this third round.
You gotta be careful when you're a corner, Cassie. Sometimes you just want to go in there and tell your guy everything you saw, but sometimes you just gotta keep it simple. Especially this third round when a guy's tired, they're not digesting what you're saying, you know, and sometimes you can overcoach them. Just go in there, keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Exactly. If I'm Josiah's corner, I'm saying come out and do that same thing again. Keep your distance, pick your shots, no reason to move when he comes in hard. Now I'm Dez guy, I know what I'm saying. Let's go in there and take him down. Take him down, beat him up, do what you did in the first round.
Exactly.
And both these guys' corners better be letting them know it's an even fight right now. The winner of this round is going to be the winner of that fight.
Finish it, Josiah!
Josiah looks super focused. They meet each other right in the middle of the ring here. There we go. No, we're seeing a lot more defense this fight than we've seen in the last fights.
Josiah does a really good job at covering and throwing, and
yeah,
he might take a punch, but he's covered up, not eating any damage, and he's really able to stay in close and work on those jabs and crosses.
He's doing a great job countering. He's staying right outside of his punches, right out of Dez's punches. But when he is in close, he's nice and covered up. So he seems to be getting more comfortable the more the fight goes on. Dez is looking for that bomb, like you said earlier in one of those other fights. Set that takedown with those punches. That's what his corner should have told him. I hope they told him. We saw a lot more feet work out of Dez in the first round. He's got to get back on those toes. He's getting kind of flat-footed right now.
I feel like Jones just doesn't quite have it figured out on stand-up there. He's a little confused. He gets frustrated when he eats some punches. He had a lot of success on the ground, so he tried, maybe get a throw here or something.
You're right.
Oh, and I called it.
Right on cue, Cassie. You called it. Now, there may be enough time in this round that Dez can steal this round if he can do some damage here in this position. Josiah was getting the better of the stand-up, but this is still anybody's fight right now.
You have to be really careful in the judge's eyes. A lot of times what happens in that last 30 seconds of a fight will lose you or win you a round.
This might be bad because Dez was looking pretty tired here. If he can get this angle here, it's going to be bad. Dez is staying nice and calm, though. I like that. Staying nice and calm. He's keeping his arm on the right side there. Josiah's getting an angle here, though. It's getting tight. That's it. wasn't
This
working
bout is
right.
sponsored by Gold's Gym.
Every time I come here,
Join our
they'll
personal
measure
training
it to like,
programs where
I
you'll
know.
get a
And I'm
dedicated
like,
coach
for
and personalized
you can't
plan,
even get a bar
support, and motivation with the latest technology to meet your fitness needs. That's Gold's Gym. Now introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this fighter hails from Des Moines, Iowa. He's a freestyle fighter, fighting for the 10th planet Altoona. He stands 5'10". He weighs in at 169 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Garcia. His opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Panora, Iowa. He's a freestyle fighter, fighting for Scrap Tactics MMA. He stands 5'9". He weighed in at 169.9 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, they call him 50 cal Barrett Brown.
I was talking to these guys backstage, Barrett Brown there in his corner, Bob Gilmore, and they're pretty proud of that name. They say it's pretty fitting, 50 cal, so let's see what he's got. I know. Oh!
Wow.
Beautiful body kick to start out here. You can punch me in my head all you want there, but stay away from my liver there.
These guys have really good stand-up for amateurs.
Yeah,
a lot
each
of
fight
movement
these guys get
and
more
slip.
technical tonight. This is cool.
Amateurs these days are really up in their game here in Iowa.
Yeah, Cassie, I had my second amateur fight ever here, and let's just say I was nowhere near these guys' level when I fought my fight.
You didn't throw head kicks like that back then?
No. I may have, but I definitely didn't set it up that good. That was nice. We're seeing some great foot movement, and I'm just loving how he's working that body over and over again. If that doesn't stop him alone, that's going to set everything else up.
You can see some damage here on Barrett's left leg with those low leg kicks.
Garcia looks strong. I fought a guy named Alan Hernandez. He had that big
I know
bone
exactly
body
what you're
frame.
talking about, yo.
and that, I mean, that's a tough thing to deal with. Garcia just keeps moving forward. Brown landed some good shots, but Garcia's not respecting it.
Yeah. I was thinking that Garcia would come out, not necessarily pull guard, but maybe get a takedown or something, being from 10th Planet. But he is very happy to stand up and deliver punishment.
I think these guys are getting scratched up on that cage maybe or something. Brown seems to have some marks on his face again too, similar to Chambers had there. I don't know if that's what it's from or if Garcia's landing there, but man, these guys are both doing a great job mixing it up, the kicks and the punches. Very impressive. And the feet work these guys got for amateurs is just great. Barrett's corners just told him to get his hands up. Bob over there did, and he's right. I don't know if it's just fatigue or what, but he's starting to drop his hands a little bit. And
Garcia's relentless with this pressure, though, too. He never gives him a second to reset.
yeah, he's bit down on that mouthpiece, and he's waiting for that big shot. You can see it. Very impressive.
Oh, that was funny.
Garcia,
He's he's shaking it off, but you can definitely tell that.
Yeah, he landed a
rattled
big
him.
overhand there. And Brown's still going to that liver kick there, but Carlos is starting to block it a little bit. And between rounds, if I'm Barrett's corner, I'm telling him to go high now. He's worked that body good enough that Garcia is really dropping that elbow. If he goes high, I think he's going to land it.
That is a tough round to score. I'm not
You're
quite
right.
for sure.
And people get so frustrated with judges' decisions, but in my eyes, it's what that judge, whatever he thinks won that round, be it takedowns, be it punches, that's right. That's why we have judges,
If you were to guess, which way do you think the judges win on that?
Don't do this to me, Cassie.
I know.
Don't do this to me. I was just enjoying the fight too much, honestly. I don't know how I'd score that.
If I was a judge, I would say Garcia moved forward more.
Yeah, and I might go the
Cage
other way with
control.
Brown just because of the body shots, because I'm a body shot guy. I just hate getting hit in the body, so I know how bad that hurts, but I don't know. It just depends on what you're
Flip
looking
a
for.
quarter?
Yeah, you're right. And Garcia's looking as fresh as a guy that's just walking into the ring. He's got a good sweat going, but he's not breathing that hard at all. I don't think he's even opened his mouth this whole fight.
Yeah, he almost needs to get toweled off there a little bit.
You know you're in good shape when you sweat that much. I'll tell you what, you would think it's the other way around. If you're out of shape, you sweat a lot. No, the most I ever sweat is when I'm in great shape. It could also be a sign, though, he may have cut weight, you know. Guys that cut weight, they leak like that first round, and that could be what it is. I'm not sure. He does look like a pretty big 170er there. He's really setting up that arm triangle.
And this is my favorite position, a top half guard here. There's a lot of damage, a lot of submissions are available. You control really, really well. He's kind of letting that knee in, and there he goes. Now he starts pushing it down, pass it back to half. Oh, what's he setting up there?
He's got some, and
I think he's going to go for a knee bar.
Barrett did tell me that he's watched this Carlos guy fight at least 100 times. He watches the tapes over and over again. I just heard Bob say that you know what he's going for, so that's great. You know, that's one thing I always prided myself in, was making sure I was watching the video of the guy I'm fighting.
This is a great little, what is it called, Ezekiel choke?
Some on his face. Other hand.
It's not quite long enough, or it didn't quite get underneath the chin enough.
Yeah, that's hard to do without a gi. But
You
these
got
10
those
planets
gloves
guys, yeah, especially
deal
with
with.
gloves. Yeah, throw gloves in that, and that makes it real tough.
Hello.
But these 10 planet guys, a little bit different than normal jiu-jitsu. That's what they do, is it's no gi jiu-jitsu. Honestly, that was always my favorite as well. Garcia sure looks comfortable on top, doesn't he?
He's such good control.
Yeah, I would not want that guy on top of me.
Brown's doing a great job at trying to move. He's got that lockdown. He hasn't had a lot of success with it, but he's trying different things. But Brown is Garcia, sorry. So much control. Now he's kind of got like, double hooks hit almost. Flatten him out here.
Ooh, big punch. That was my favorite way to set up that rear naked choke, is throw that punch under the armpit and pop that head up. I finished a couple fights that way.
Oh, now he's reaching. That's dangerous when you got someone on your back. He's got to shake off those hooks first and foremost. Which is hard with those long legs,
When I'm in this position, I'd almost roll and let him have the mount. I feel like I got a better chance of shrimping out there. Well, as I say that, he skips out the back door, so good job out of him. Way to stay tough.
One little mistake and capitalized on it, got out.
That's tough to do. Got 10 seconds. All these other fights are making the most out of every round. We seem to see a punch right at the end of every round. So is somebody going to land one here? Nope.
Great fight, guys.
Come on, fight fans, make some noise now, come on!
That was a long 3 minutes, holy cow. Tell that to Brown, right?
Garcia doesn't even look like he was in a fight.
No. I think I just saw his mouth open, though. That's the first time he's opened up to take a big breath there. That's how good a shape this guy's in.
We're moving on to the third and final round, baby. Oh, yeah.
Looks like he's got Robert Chambers over there in his corner. Robert got a win earlier here tonight. Looked very impressive. I think he got a tap out in the first round. So these 10 planet guys, their jiu-jitsu is looking really good tonight. Brown's taking some deep breaths. That was a hard second round for him. I think he's got to get back to that feet work that won him, in my eyes, that first round. And like I said, he worked that body. He put the money in the bank there. He needs to go high and finish it. He's still going to the body there.
There's the high kick
he
you
did
asked
just
for.
throw the high. It was there. If nothing else, it will keep him honest. He's just moving forward. He's got no respect for him right now, but a high kick to the face will make you respect somebody real quick.
Yeah, you'll start keeping your distance after that.
There you go. Or throw some teams. Try to get this guy off of you because the punches aren't doing it. Garcia's willing to take one to give one here, and right now he's getting the better of that. So he's got to use those kicks to keep the distance, it looks like. Even a nice leg kick. Man, let's see what we can do here.
That's just a knee bar setup right there.
Garcia's looking real impressive.
Yep.
I can't believe this guy's an amateur. I don't know what the rest of his record looks like, but I think he's probably getting pretty close to making that pro jump if he keeps fighting like this.
This is one of the things I love about jiu-jitsu. It's always evolving, and now we're seeing a lot of leg locks, foot locks, knee bars, things along that line, which really existed back, when I was fighting, but now it's all over the place. They're so easy to get into. Everybody's super creative with their jiu-jitsu. You even see amateurs now pulling off this high-level jiu-jitsu.
You're right about those leg locks. The only thing I'm more scared of than a liver shot is a leg lock, and yeah, with these long legs like myself here, I always put myself in bad positions. It's good for offense, but I was fighting a guy out in Vegas, and I was working a real high guard, JZ Cavalcante, and he dropped back, and before I could even tap, my knee was destroyed from a leg lock. The scary thing about those leg locks, especially in a fight, you've got so much adrenaline, you don't realize the damage that's being done. You hear the pops, it doesn't necessarily hurt. Next day you wake up and your knee's the size of a watermelon. And leg locks can end a fight at any second. It goes both ways.
Career pretty quickly too.
Kind of like Russian roulette there. They're both clamping onto each other. Honestly, I have no idea what they're doing here, but it looks painful.
Oh, it just slipped out.
I think Brown had trained a lot for the ankle locks. They knew he was going to go for these, so he's probably going to have some pretty good defense here.
He's doing a great job so far.
10 seconds.
See if he can hold off here and take it to the judges.
One place you haven't really seen these ankle locks take over is the UFC. It'd be real interesting when we start seeing those guys implement that stuff into their game. It's going to get dangerous.
Yeah. It's nice when you're an amateur because you can't eat an elbow.
Yeah.
When you go pro, you're in the UFC, something like that, and you start playing around with an ankle, you're going to eat an elbow.
That's something I hadn't thought of. You're right. That's a game changer when somebody goes for that leg and you're able to drop an elbow on them versus a fist. That's something I hadn't thought of. Well, I think it's probably pretty safe to say that Carlos won that fight, but both these guys have nothing to be ashamed of. I was real impressed with Brown's stand-up and really impressed with Garcia's composure and that cardio. I mean, he just came forward the whole time. And like I said, I think I only saw him open his mouth once, and that was in between rounds.
Both these guys have bright futures ahead of them.
Yeah, I don't think either of these guys are, have anything to be ashamed of. That was a great fight.
Judge 1 scores about 29-28. Judge 2 scores about 29-28. Judge 3 scores about 30-27. Your winner by unanimous decision, Carlos Garcia! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 15-minute intermission. This is in the lightweight division. It's up for a title on the line. It's scheduled for 5 rounds, 3 minutes of action. This bout is sponsored by 5 Star Nutrition.
Oh, no hand touch, he says.
Yeah, these guys don't like each other. I've been seeing them go back and forth on the old Facebook, and no love lost between these two.
Bad blood going on.
You know, sometimes that makes for a good fight, but sometimes it makes for a bad fight because they just don't want to go out there and lay it on the line with the possibility of losing to that guy that they've been talking all that smack to. So hopefully it's that's not the case, and these guys come out here to settle the score and walk away after this and can bury it.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Anthony! His opponent standing across the cage, he hails from Peyton, Iowa. He's a wrestler by trade, fighting for the Iowa Martial Arts and Pinnacle, BJJ. He stands 5'9". He weighed in at 152 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, you better make some noise for Dylan
All right, for the lightweight championship here, possibility of 5 rounds. As much as these guys hate each other, I don't see it going there, but we'll see what happens.
5 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, I think it's 5 3-minute rounds there. And Anthony right out the gate comes and switches stance, which was kind of odd, you know. I know this Faulkner guy, he's well-rounded. I think he's a belt holder in a couple different organizations, and so far showing some really solid technique and opposing his will. I know Salazar's been doing a lot of his training with a good buddy of mine, Timmy Gorman, and they've really incorporated drilling. So I'm glad to hear Timmy's drilling more instead of going out there and trying to knock everybody's block off. Everybody gets better when everybody's drilling.
Oh, Dylan
he drops an ankle lock, a pretty risky move,
and
he gets a tap. Yeah, no love lost between these two.
And he takes home another belt.
Yeah. I don't think they'll be burying the hatchet after this fight, but when something goes that quick, bad blood, you know, it just stays around. Yeah. And Anthony here, unfortunately, like I was saying earlier, sometimes when you're in an MMA fight, especially that early in a round, you don't realize when you're in a bad spot and bad things happen. Anthony's coming off an injury, too, that took a couple years off his MMA career, so hopefully nothing too serious. I missed what it was there. I think he dropped a heel hook. Was that what he got him with,
Yeah,
Kathy?
I think it was a heel hook.
Scary thing, especially if you don't train them. You'll wreck somebody's leg.
It only takes centimeters to do a lot of damage. I like his shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems appropriate for a grudge match, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and if that thing's hurting him this bad already, the bad news is it's going to hurt even more later. So hopefully it's an ankle, not a knee, and he can ice it and get back to training. But the way he's holding it there, it looks like that could have worked its way up to his knee.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was his knee. He kept kind of grabbing at it, pointing at it a little bit to the side of it.
Yeah.
That's the thing with those ankle locks. You know, it starts down there and it works all its way up. I've even heard people hurt in their hips and everything if they get tangled up. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
just tear everything up.
Winner in the first round at the mark of 27 seconds due to a heel hook and our new lightweight amateur champion, Perfect for birthdays, daycares, and special events. We understand the stress that
I have a feeling somebody gave Matt that new nickname without maybe telling him the way he looked at us over here.
Kind of gave it away.
Across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Moines, Iowa.
Ronnie Britt's over here getting a deep stretch using that cage there. Get a deep stretch in.
Working on his yoga pose.
Yeah. I guess when you've been around as long as Ronnie, you want to make sure you're nice and stretched out.
Ladies and gentlemen, they call out
If only we could have hair like that.
Yeah. Well, shoot, I wish I had a body like that. I don't even look like that good anymore. Let's see how this thing plays out. Matt Ryder actually accepted this fight today. Of course, you may know he is the owner of the fight company here, but he accepted it today and not willing to back down to a challenge, even if it's Ronnie Britt. I have a feeling these guys have gone some rounds before.
Beautiful little dump.
You don't ever want to shoot on Ronnie there, but Ryder did a good job of getting past his guard there when he shot. Now he's fighting the wrist.
Ronnie's working his way up the cage, using that guillotine as a defense.
It's getting pretty deep in there.
Yeah. Matt does need to be careful here. Ronnie's still fresh, has a lot of power in that squeeze. Oh. He dumps him and he gets off to the side.
He's gonna tap now.
Looks like it might be setting up a little Von Flu there.
We were talking about it earlier. I don't know how I feel about punching my friends. I did it every day in practice, but with those little gloves, I don't know.
When it comes to the cage, it's a different story.
I mean, I'll punch guys I like, but I've never punched a friend with a bare knuckle glove there. I guess, well, inside a cage, I've never punched a friend there with a knuckle, but maybe outside of the cage. Ronnie was able to work back to full guard there, and there's somebody that's comfortable on their back. Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like Ronnie's on top. I missed what happened there. All of a sudden, I saw his long hair pop up. Ronnie's as old school as they get, and he knows every jiu-jitsu trick in the book, that's for sure.
And I think he might have wrote a couple of them.
And his cardio might not be where it used to be, but I guarantee his heart is. And that guy, tired or not, he doesn't quit.
Never gives up.
He's developed quite the following here. I think a good percentage of the people here are here to see the War Frog.
Favorite.
Yeah, fan favorite, yeah. If there's ever such thing as home field advantage, even though they're fighting in Matt Ryder's literal cage, Ronnie Britt is definitely got the home field advantage here.
Oh,
looks like another leg lock for the win. Ronnie Britt with a knee bar. Well, Ronnie Britt and I have been going back and forth for highest percentage wins by submission, and I think he just took a pretty good lead with another knee bar victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for these two fighters right here. First and foremost, I just want to say, and honestly, this is a special shout out to Matt Ryder. He took this fight, and honestly, in just a few minutes' notice, the fighter that was supposed to fight Ronnie tonight had to cancel, and Matt stepped in. So, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to the producer here, Matt Ryder. So, hey man, come here for a second. Honestly, you've been doing this a long time. You've been fighting, you've been producing fights. Obviously, you didn't want this card to end with someone like as good as Ronnie Britt fighting, so you decided to step in for his opponent. Tell me a little bit, man. Obviously, it takes a lot to step inside the cage. Nobody thought you'd be back inside the cage here tonight, but what actually got you back in here?
I mean, this guy's been around since the beginning as one of the Iowa MMA legends. Everybody knows the name Mommy Bread. Dude's a stud. He's a fucking stud. And I sold tickets. His daughter came in from Seattle. And when you step up and you take fights, or you take tough fights, it's easier to tell fighters to step up.
Ladies and gentlemen, right there, that man right there, truly, the sport of MMA, right there, Matt Ryder. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner in the first round at the mark of 215 due to a heel hook. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him as the War Frog. Moines MMA. He stands 6'3". He weighs in at 181 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for John Kennedy! His opponent, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, he hails from Moines, Iowa! He stands 5'11". He weighs in at 182 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, he came from the project, Corey Simpson!
All right, so interesting matchup here. Corey's obviously ready to go, always is ready to go. And Mr. Kennedy over here, tough guy. I know he's come across some tough fights here recently. Started out his career really good. He actually beat a training partner of ours, Cassie and Donovan Carbony. And great striker in Donovan. And so I know John's is well versed in striking and striking defense. So let's see what we can do. Obviously, Corey's looking for the knockout. That's what he does.
Corey always brings a fight.
I think
will definitely
Kennedy's moving forward with his chin up. That's not something you want to do against Corey. You can see Corey's got his chin tucked real tight. He's ready to throw. Yeah, he's going to need to do more of that. Use that distance. Try to keep him out on the outside. Of course, Corey wants to get it on the inside and score some points. And, I don't know who's better on the ground. I know Kennedy's got a really nice... Yeah, you're right. Kennedy's got a real nice triangle. But being a longer guy, that's to be expected. So, I know Corey's game plan is probably to keep this thing standing. So, nice feint there. That's high-level striking there. Throw some feints, feel your distance, set the guy up, see how he reacts. Kennedy really has that chin high.
Yeah. And when he gets into combinations, he doesn't really bring his hands back to cover. Corey's, like you said, doing a really good job of keeping his hands up high. Those fakes are really good, keeping Kennedy wondering, guessing which way he's going to come from.
Yeah, you can tell Corey's eyes are set on that chin right now. He's chin on him. Yeah, that's what it's going to take, but don't get lazy with the jab there.
Keep your shoulders rolled.
That's a good leg kick. Corey's waiting for it, though. Oh, there's another one. He's liking that. You can't eat too many of those. There's another one. cliche, but those add up as the rounds go on. Oh, he got lazy with one. He threw that kick and hesitated.
He has to back up.
As always, Corey's got a big fan following here at the fights tonight. Kenny's in a tough spot. I always had trouble getting up from this position where your butt scooting there and that guy's waiting for that bomb. It's a tough spot to be. You know you're going to probably take a punch to get up. Oh, he took it.
And this time Corey falls him down to the ground.
Corey's getting... Right away, Kennedy's looking for an armbar. He looks to be pretty tight. Oh, he went to adjust. I think he had it there, but he went to go adjust. Corey just needs to pass here. Kennedy looks pretty comfortable off his back, but with a guy with power like Corey, you never want to be in that position.
Oh, I think he hurt his shoulder on that.
Yeah, Kennedy grabbed his shoulder there. It looks like he may have an injury. That was real weird. Yeah, it's going to be tough to fight Corey Simpson one-handed. Got a verbal tap out. Looks to be more of a shoulder issue. Yeah, that looks to be an injury he's probably been dealing with for a while. He knew right away when that happened that he had problems.
This is actually one of the injuries that I used to get all the time when I get a stiff jab. My shoulder would dislocate, pop back in all the time. And it's just something fighters would have to fight through, or, you know, in his case, he wasn't able to keep going.
Unfortunately, what I hear about those shoulder injuries are just, you know, it's reoccurring injuries. It's always going to bug you. Luckily, it's one thing I never had to deal with, but yeah, those guys that have those shoulder problems, it doesn't seem like they ever heal up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for those two fighters right here. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner in the first round at the mark of 358, TKO, due to ref stoppage and strikes. Ladies and gentlemen, the boxer, Corey!
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. It's at a catch weight of 160 pounds. So it's good for 3 rounds, 5 minutes of action. This bout is
Right?
sponsored by
Why do either of these guys
Moines.
need to fight at 160? You would think they could make 55.
Find your starting point. Build your path to success.
I guess that's better than people missing weight. Like FCC, remember how many people it was like, it was a free for all.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter hails from Des Moines, Iowa. He's a boxer and wrestler by trade. He's fighting for BTT MMA. He stands 5'11". He
I know,
weighed at
such a risk.
158.3 pounds.
MMA's different. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why it's such a risk. It's not just about money. That's the biggest thing. Like, they should put an asterisk next to something, you know?
Yeah,
Bullshit.
yeah, I agree.
His opponent, standing across the cage and fighting on the red corner, he hails from West Des Moines, Iowa. He is a freestyle fighter. Fighting for the Des Moines MMA Academy, he stands 5'10". He weighs at 160 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, the
Algo looks ready to
So,
go.
Cassie, another no love lost fight here. These guys are both pretty confident. I like to see that Brody's been training at VTT. Those guys are a group of killers they got going in there, and the technique I know that Miguel and Victor bring to that team is valuable here. Algo's coming from a long layoff. And I'll tell you what, with a neck like that, that guy is hard to submit, so.
Oh yeah. We might have got clipped there.
You know, Algo's had a pretty breeze through a lot of the competition. He had a real tough fight with Samir, who's a real good wrestler, and so, you know, I think Brody J probably knows that, and if I was him, I'd be looking to try to take him down and score some points that way. Brody's really looking for that knockout. We got to see something else besides the right hand. Brody J's as tough as they get.
Yeah, he seems pretty content to just stand
But he's
up right
walking
now.
into that punch there. Algo's doing a good job of moving. Yeah. Looks like Algo may have busted his lip there. Great feet work by Algo right now. Now he's working that body. He's tenderizing it. He's looking pretty comfortable. Oh, there's that right hand. He's been waiting to land.
Now it looks like Algo's going to keep his hand up,
It's probably going to take more than right hand there to put Algo down, though. He's going to have to put a combo together. He's loading up that right hand. He's got to be careful.
Algo's doing a really good job at staying off the cage, though.
You're right.
He's moving when he needs to, and
his footwork looks great. He's circling out of whenever Brody J starts moving forward. Right now, it kind of looks like a fight we saw earlier with Carlos and I'm trying to think 50 Cal there, but Brody J's hunting him down, and Algo's moving. So.
it's like a battle of the fans going on.
Brody's still looking for that right hand. I'd like to see him put something at the end of it or something before it. You know, hide it or finish up with a hook or something, but we're just seeing nothing but overhands. That field work that Algo's doing is nice, but the thing is, it wears you out. It's hard to keep up that pace of circling like that. It's easy to watch Dominic Cruz dance around the ring and keep that kind of feet work, but it's another thing to do it for a few rounds.
The other thing is when you're moving back all the time, you can't really set in any of your punches, can't get any power off of them. It's more of a defensive.
That's a good point. That's a good point. It takes a really well-timed punch to land any kind of damage when you're moving backwards, that's for sure. I'm just loving all the body shots tonight. These guys in this local circle are really stepping up their game, going to the body, mixing up the takedowns, counter-punching. And, you know, this fight's kind of playing out to that fight I mentioned earlier right now. It looks like Algo's feet are starting to slow down on the circle, and Brody's looking for that overhand still. Both guys got to be careful here. Man, Brody is throwing some heat.
Fences, yeah. Oh, my golly. Algo has to start moving right away. I think Algo is pretty stunned right now because he's not moving. He's not using the cage to get back up.
Look at that damage on Brody's legs. I guess I missed those those leg kicks that Algo must have been landing, but geez. If the judge saw those leg kicks, that's going to score some points. There's a lot of damage on Brody's leg there. Oh! Great fight. The energy in here is crazy right now. Oh! And Brody is going back to the well with that right hand. He is not giving up on that thing. He must have had a dream last night. He knocked him out with the right hand because he will not leave that thing alone.
There's
Ago's
Agos.
corner right now calling for a takedown. Not a bad idea with this close of a round.
Yeah. It's a real good way to win a round.
He called for it, he got it. Interesting, interesting. Could go either way again. Ago looks fresh as a daisy.
That was a tough round, but I think Ago's corner had it right. Get the takedown, try to win a round.
That might have done it. He might have stole that round. I had it going to Brody, but it just depends what the judges look for. Brody landed a lot of...
Rios over here is such a good corner that he takes his shirt off to clean up the blood off of his fighter's face.
But these fighters mean a lot to Miguel. When Miguel coaches anybody, he takes it really personal, and he gets to really know his fighters. And if I was that shredded, I wouldn't be afraid to rip that shirt off either.
Yeah, I don't think he has a problem with taking it off.
No blushing on his end there. All right, Ago was calling for some more at the end of that round. I gotta be honest, he's looking like the fresher fighter right now. Great first round. You know, Ago scored that takedown, but now I think about it, you know, it was so late in the round he didn't really get an opportunity to do anything with it, and Brody got that takedown earlier, so, you know, and I don't know. Just depends what the ref's looking for. Brody's throwing some leg kicks of his own. He must have felt his leg in between rounds and figured out that it's time to start doing that myself.
Looks like Ago's got a little cut on the right side of his forehead.
Oh, there's that right hand again. He's starting to go nuts on that leg there. Oh, Ago's walking a little gingerly on that. That'll stop you from moving around too, that's for sure. Oh,
wow,
that was a really solid punch. That was a really solid punch. You know when it makes that sound, that thing landed. Right now, Ago just biting down and throwing. They both are. Would you expect anything less with these guys, though? There's that takedown again. He needs to just pass. Take his time and pass here. Or drop a bomb. That works, too.
Yeah. Well, got him right to side control.
Oh, you're going to have to do a better pass than that.
Just control and punish. Position before submission.
Great job getting up there and out by Ago. He was in a bad spot. He just stood up when he wanted to get up. Very impressive. Don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do that. Brody, this is his pro debut. You know, this is a pro debut. This is a tough step up right now.
That's a heck of a step up for a pro debut.
Right. I think Ago, he's at least 4-0, but I know he's got some amateur experience of his own. So Brody's got a lot of amateur experience. This isn't his first rodeo, but it's a different thing when you go pro. We're talking 5-minute rounds now instead of 3.
Co-main event as a pro.
Yeah, you're right. As your pro debut.
Yeah.
Talking elbows, knees, it's a big step up here.
Yeah.
You know, Brody, I know, has got a wrestling background. I really expected him to work his wrestling a little bit more, but he just seems to be content dropping bombs right now. But these guys are both going to be sore in the morning. That's a fact.
We might not be able to see
Ago looking
morning.
like the fresher fighter here. Brody's going to have to dig deep if he's going to get out of this.
Yeah, Brody needs to work off the cage here. Oh, elbow. Ago's going for the elbows now. Slicing elbows will win a fight. Oh.
Brody J's face is a mess.
Is this just the second round?
This is just the second round.
Holy cow. What a fight.
It's going to be a long third round there if Brody J makes it that long. He's got a busted nose, it looks like. He's breathing hard. And Ago doesn't look like he's getting tired. That's what happens when you load up on those shots. So unfortunately, it just takes the best of the fighters. They can't throw those heavy shots, that many heavy shots.
Not unless you're Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah, Jeremy Stevens will do that all day and then into the night. but he's still looking for that overhand right. You gotta set something else up. He's not respecting it now. You really need to do something. Look to shoot, do something, mix it up.
Yeah.
Oh! He might have hurt him. Bad idea pulling guard. That's just gonna gas him out more.
Yeah.
He had him rocked. He should have hipped out and tried to swing. That was his chance to win that round. And Ago is fresh. You got a fresh guy. Oh, and I say that, and Brody J gets a pure beast move reversal. And he's bringing the heat again. He needs to just calm down, pick your shots, go back to training, take your time here. Oh! He bounced his head off the mat there.
Wow.
Brody J's nose is pouring. I don't know how much time's left on the clock, but winning this round is definitely possible.
Yeah.
Pick your shots. Pick your shots. He's still just going hard.
Yeah.
Ago just needs to kick off his hips. Push him away. Man, another close round.
That was insane. I'm not even for sure what's going on right now, to be honest.
And you know, Brody looks like the fresher guy, but I gotta be honest, it looked like Ago may have got hurt there at the end of that round. He's looking a little more dizzy, and he's starting to second guess himself. There was a shot that landed in that round. It made a squish sound. If it makes a squish sound, that means it hurts.
Yeah. Those last 4 or 5 punches that Ago took, bounced his head right off the mat.
Yeah.
That's a close round. I'm not really quite for sure how to judge this fight right now.
Just depends what the judges are looking for.
Yeah.
Honestly, glad I'm not a judge tonight, because there's been some close rounds.
They both had highs and lows in each round.
You're right. Ago's looking like he's tired, and we didn't see that at all in the second round. It's just like he hit a wall somehow. I don't know if it was a tough weight cut or what, but Brody's still tired too, but Ago, he looked fresh to start that second round. Something there really wore him out.
Yeah.
It could be those late kicks that Brody landed at the start of that round started to pay off. I don't know, but I have a feeling this third round's going to be a barn burner. I did not expect to see that.
Yeah, not with any setup either.
But great takedown by Brody there, or takedown defense by Brody. That surprised me. I'm sure it surprised him, especially after those guys duked it out for 2 rounds to come out and have a takedown shot on you in the first 10 seconds.
Ago had a lot of success on the cage, though. So if I was Ago, I wouldn't mind being right back there. That's where he's able to throw those inside knees, those slicing elbows.
You're right. He really grinded. He really grinded on him. He may not even be looking for that takedown, but just to get him up against that cage.
Yeah. Oh.
And here's something new for Brody. He can throw elbows. It looks like he's taking full advantage of that. Oh, good overhand elbow too. But he doesn't want to hang out on this cage. Oh.
Doesn't seem like Brody has lost any of his power in his punches right now.
No, Brody's got that kind of power. You can tell by the way he throws it. It doesn't go away. Like you mentioned Jeremy Stevens earlier, a guy that could probably get a knockout in the third round if it really comes down to it. Right now, he just needs to work on that takedown defense. Forget about that guillotine, and he's winning the round so far, so why go to your guard?
Yeah. Oh.
And Ago now has dropped his mouthpiece twice, maybe 3 times, and that's a sign of a tired guy. A guy that keeps dropping that mouthpiece. Oh.
Nice little dump.
If I'm Brody's corner right now and Miguel's right in his corner, I'm sure he's telling him let go of that guillotine and take advantage of being on top. Ago is a tough guy to submit. You are not going to submit him unless you're in a really good spot. Chance of Brody right now. Get ready. I'm sure there's going to be some Ago chants here in a second. They just are all, the fans here are going back and forth.
Oh, there they go.
Well, with a fight like this, how can't you get into it?
Definitely fight of the night so far. We still got a barn burner to go, too. Yeah, I would really like to see Brody pass guard right here. With that open guard.
Me too, you know, but being a wrestler, he's probably just comfortable and content with being on top. Right now, he's just dropping some dang bombs on him. Oh.
Now he's got side control. I'd like to see him just settle down and finish the fight here.
You're right.
Finish the fight with some really short shots. You don't need those big haymakers when you're inside.
Yeah, and maybe his corner is telling him that he didn't win those first 2 rounds, so he's looking for a finish. With a fight this close, I guess you don't take a chance, but he's in a dominant position. He just needs to take full advantage of it.
Yep.
That body on Agos is turning purple already, and that could have been something happened in that second round where Ago just got tired. He was fresh as could be, and just something happened. I'm not sure what it was.
I think I'd be tired with 2 rounds with Brody.
Oh, I'd be tired with 2 rounds of either of them. Right now, Ago's in a real bad spot because he's right in the corner of Brody. He's got Miguel and Victor, 2 of the toughest guys in Des Moines, helping him corner. It's not just bad stylistically, but it's also bad morally. You got 2 guys, the coaches yelling at him to bash your brains in. I know one time I was fighting a guy named Drew Dober, and it felt like I was fighting a video game when I took him into the corner there. Every move they told him to do, he did spot on. He had a counter for everything I did, but he's getting that outside perspective.
And that always shows a seasoned athlete when they can take what their coaches are telling them and then go ahead and implement it right away in the middle of the fight.
Yeah. I mean, what a great card we've seen here tonight. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Matt did a great job matching these fighters up. I mean, just back and forth battles.
Yeah, you can really tell that he's invested in the fighters. He does his research. He's not putting up, different levels of fighters. Everybody here is very competitive. Just makes great fights for the fans. Wow.
Great fight. Great fight. Ago just made a gesture to us over here that it's 2-1. He thinks he won those first 2 rounds. Honestly, it's a toss-up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could go either way. We do know one thing, though. That was a heck of a fight. Brody definitely won the third, so it comes down to the
bloody
first
war.
round.
It all happened right here at AMC 16 in the house. Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we go to a judge's scorecard for a decision. Judge 1 scores about 29-28. Judge 2 scores about 30-27. Judge 3 scores about 30-27. Your winner by unanimous decision, the Tooth Fairy! All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening in the featherweight division. Make some noise! It's scheduled for 5 minutes of action. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is sponsored by 5-Star Nutrition, where you're getting more than quality products and supplements. You're getting expert knowledge and guidance tailored specifically to your goals, wants, and needs. That's 5-Star Nutrition. Gonna introduce you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter hails from Des Moines, Iowa. He's a boxer and freestyle fighter. He's fighting for Team Round Kick. He stands 5'8". He weighed in at 144.2 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, he's our current interim featherweight champion, Will Shine! His opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He now hails from Phoenix, Arizona. He's a freestyle fighter, fighting for the MMA Lab. He stands 5'11". He weighed in at 144.1 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, he's our current featherweight AFC champion. Make some noise for Luis Santana! Gentlemen, once again, ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the evening, champion versus champion. You better make some noise!
I don't know. This is an intense stare-off for the main event.
Yeah, two tough guys here. Luis from Des Moines, but training at one of the best gyms in the whole dang world at the lab there in
Will is
Arizona. And Will Shutt, as tough as they come, as experienced as they come, he trains wherever the wind blows him, more or less. Right now he's at Round Kick, but cool thing about Will is he doesn't need a gym. He gets better by himself. He's able to push himself and come out here when it's game time and turn it on.
And Will went from 0 to 100 just like that.
Yeah, he was about sleeping on the walkouts, but now he's got that killer look in his eyes, and you're not going to throw anything he hasn't seen before. Yeah, he's been in there with the best of them. We talked a lot about footwork earlier, and you want to see some good footwork. Luis, and he can keep it up too. He's always light on his toes, and I haven't seen Luis fight a lot here recently, but he was one of my favorite fighters to ever watch, honestly, because he leaves it all in the cage. He fights fearlessly. He's got a big heart, and he fights to win. Every minute of the fight, he's fighting to win. He's always doing new things like that, pushing off the cage, and he'll do some really cool submissions he's never seen. Right there, he's working the lower calf. That's something we're seeing a lot of people doing, and Will looks like he tried to exchange the shot there to do it right back to him.
Oh, wow.
But Saldana keeps you guessing. Saldana keeps you guessing, and he's a long guy.
It's very hard to fight somebody like that. You know, he keeps his hands down, but he knows his range. He can protect himself when he needs to. He's got great foot movement. Wow. There's a bag of tricks behind him.
Luis is coming out looking sharp right now. You know, honestly, I'm not sure what Will's game plan is. Probably to get inside on him, you would think, but I know Luis has a great chin as well, so. He's got a tough task in front of him, but if anybody can do it, it's Will Shutt. Luis is just lightning fast. His reflexes are just out of this world.
Oh, look at the toe marks on Will's stomach from that spinning kick.
Yeah, Will's about red all over right now. He's red on his neck. He's red on his belly there. He's starting to get a little swelling on his face there. Luis has been very active this first round, and like we said earlier, just keeping him guessing, mixing it up. When we talk about Luis, we're talking about a guy that's been doing stand-up since he was about 5 years old. So he's a comfortable guy. Wherever he goes, he's going to be comfortable. But standing up, you're not gonna throw him something he hasn't seen.
Man, that spinning kick is so fast, and there's no tell on it.
You're right. It's lightning quick. I mean, on the local circuit, you don't see guys a lot with the caliber of striking as Luis here. I know.
The
ref hasn't called the fight.
Yeah.
The ref didn't call the fight. I don't know what happened there.
I mean, I wish that Luis would have followed that up because I do believe that there was the knockout there.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, that end was coming, but that may have been. We've seen a lot of things go here tonight, including like 20 punches to the head, and so Will was in a bad spot. Luis may have made a mistake there, not finished it up right away, and left some doubt in people's heads. But Will also turned his back, so it goes both ways. Overall, great night of fights. So, I mean, you can't ask for anything better than the fights we saw here tonight. Sort of anticlimactic, but if you look at it, Luis landed with a high kick there, and I don't know. I know that ref is a great ref, and he was in a bad spot there. He had Will walking away, he had Luis walking away. I just don't think there was a real answer of what to do there.
Yeah, we've seen it many times where fighters get back up from something like that. They get a few seconds to shake it off and keep going.
Yeah.
But the refs around here, they're very well educated and they're right next to the fighters. So I'm sure he stopped it because he's worried, he's concerned about his well-being.
Being a fighter with almost 30 professional fights myself, I'd rather see it stop too soon than stop too late. That's for sure.
Yep, for sure.
Especially a guy with Will, like Will. He's got a lot of fights under his belt. He's been in some wars, and so I'm sure he didn't want it to end that way, but we got to think down the line.
Call that a night there, Cass.